The First Order was the mighty fighting force that in one fell swoop pushed the galaxy into total anarchy by destroying much of the New Republic. However, with a great battle looming between the Resistance, the First Order, and perhaps some intervention by a long-fought dead Sith Lord, it kind of looks all to play for. However, this may not be the case. The First Order may be doomed to fail just as quick as it came to infamy. But why is this? So firstly, let's look at how the First Order was doing by the end of The Last Jedi, and although it definitely does have the military edge against the Resistance, as this is really more of a grassroots operation, and the majority of the New Republic's military and navy has been destroyed, so it is arguably the only superpower left in the galaxy. However, the circumstances in which it finds itself are quite precarious. First and foremost, Starkiller Base is destroyed. This was the super weapon that they'd worked so hard to complete, and although it worked for its primary function in destroying the New Republic, that's it. It can't be used again. The First Order did send ships and troops into the known galaxy to subdue many worlds. However, this means that inevitably they are going to be stretched thin. Realistically, the main reason they're going to gain so much territory so quickly was down to two main factors: lack of opposition and shock tactics. Their assault came basically out of nowhere. Very few people believed that the First Order were capable of this. And with the New Republic military and navy been disabled and the Resistance been bogged down in their invasion of Starkiller Base, meant that there was no immediate opposition. We also need to think about how confused the worlds will have been in The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, as they happened in a very short time frame of one another. It's very unlikely anyone was sure about the capabilities of the First Order. Sure, the Resistance may have spread the word that Starkiller Base had been destroyed, but people are still going to be hesitant to rise up and fight against the occupying First Order forces. At the end of the day, out of nowhere, they destroyed the entire government. Remember, the First Order is in the unknown regions, and similarly, much about them is unknown, including their capabilities. What if there was another Starkiller Base out there? However, the longer the First Order is at war in the known galaxy, the longer they occupy worlds, and the more the Resistance tells the galaxy about them, this is going to take away from their power. Eventually, it'll become obvious that they can't destroy planets anymore, that they are overstretched, and that they can be defeated. And it's at this point where the fear of the unknown is trumped by people's hatred of the First Order, meaning more resistance movements will begin to rise up, so inevitably the First Order is going to start being targeted more and more as time goes on. Then we have the biggest issue, and this is Snoke. Snoke's dead. He died under some very mysterious circumstances, and now his apprentice, who doesn't really hold any rank in the First Order, has just strutted in and assumed the mantle of Supreme Leader. And the First Order, being an autocracy, as we know, is not going to deal well with a change in leadership, especially one concerning Kylo Ren. I think it's pretty clear, similarly to Vader in the Empire, that Ren is not exactly liked by many First Order commanders. I mean, he's the son of their biggest enemy, a Force wielder, and doesn't really have any legitimate right to the title of Supreme Leader. We saw how Hux initially responded, and although he did fall into place, like many in these autocracies, you can be guaranteed that there's ploys going on behind the scenes, because the commanders are going to be disgruntled at this. I would be incredibly surprised if the First Order did not undergo a military coup very soon after Kylo Ren's ascension to leadership. At the end of the day, the Order relies on its military for everything, so they have the power. And at the end of the day, they're not going to let it be stolen by some young Force wielder. And this is all before we consider the fact that Palpatine, in some form or another, is hatching his own plans. But what do you guys think? Is the First Order doomed to fall and consume itself, or could it rise to dominate the galaxy as a superpower? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share and sub if you did enjoy it, as it's really appreciated and it helps the channel grow. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter @TheLoreGuy and tick the bell for regular updates. Thanks again for watching. I really do hope that you enjoyed this little video, and I'll see you next time.